Greetings, my friend. Here at the Self-Help School, I'm passionate about helping you improve your life and your character through empowering book summaries and YouTube videos. Today we're going to look at How to Help Yourself with Self-Help by Martin Meadows. Martin Meadows is a best-selling author who writes about the power of self-discipline to shape our lives and unlock our hidden potential. He actually uses a pen name so he can focus more on serving others instead of seeking recognition. And How to Help Yourself with Self-Help is a book for you who might have read one or a few or a dozen or hundreds of self-help books in the past, but you feel that there is so much more that you could have gotten out of them, and you haven't really even started tapping into that juice of wisdom that is in so many self-help books. Martin shares many of the pitfalls that we stumble into when we are reading self-help books, such that we are not getting enough out of them in relation to what we could have gotten out of them. And he also shares great methods for using self-help books a little bit better for every single day. Today we're going to look at 3 of the best ideas I found in the book. First, read and act toward a specific primary purpose. Second, self-actualization comes after meeting basic needs. And third, don't equate reading with personal growth. Let's begin with the first big idea. Read and act toward a specific primary purpose. If you want to learn how to read self-help books to get the most out of them, then this idea is extremely powerful. Read and act toward a specific primary purpose, meaning that you have a specific goal that you want to achieve or something that you want to get better at by reading the book. You're not just reading to read, but you're reading to get something out of it that you can actually apply in real life. The 80-20 rule is very relevant here. The 80-20 rule states that from 20% of your efforts, you will get 80% of your results, such that one book will give you just as much as 5 or 4 or 5 books, if that one book is relevant to some goal that you have. One customer might be as important as 5 other customers in a business, and one habit will be as important as 5 other habits if you want to become the fastest runner in the world, or something, which is probably to run. So when you choose the books that you're going to read, don't just pick anything that might seem interesting. Of course, we need to be interested in what we're going to read. But if you read self-help to improve yourself and grow over time, then you need to be more intentional with the kind of books that you read. Because there are over 3 million books that are published every single year. Even if we just read 1% of them, meaning 30,000, we would never be able to read all of them in one lifetime. Even if we read one book every single day from the time we are 0 years old until 80 years old. So read and act toward a specific primary purpose. What is your number one goal at the time, and what is one book that might help you achieve it better or faster? Leave a comment below. Our second big idea is self-actualization comes after meeting basic needs. If you scroll through the book section and bestseller lists on Amazon.com or Goodreads or whatever book site you find, then you will quickly see that most of the books have titles like Achieve Your Full Potential, Become All That You Can Be, or Unlock Your Hidden Powers, or Awaken the Giant Within. Most of these are really targeting self-actualization directly, but something very cool, and a small distinction that I made in the past, is that self-actualization actually comes as the result of meeting basic needs. And to give you some context, we're now talking about the needs of Abraham Maslow and his pyramid of needs, where you have physiological needs at the bottom, like your body and food and everything like that. Second, you have security, which might mean finances and having shelter over your head. So thirdly, you have love and belonging. You have people you care about around you, friends and family. Fourthly, you have esteem. You gain a sense of pride from your work, for example. And fifth, you have self-actualization at the very top. And Maslow's theory says that you need to meet the lower needs, at least to a certain extent, before you can actually achieve self-actualization. And something very cool is that by focusing exclusively on a few of the needs below, you might actually self-actualize as a byproduct. For example, think about the athlete who focuses on his physiological needs of building his body or creating some capacities that no other human possesses. You would say that such a person is self-actualized, right? If they become the world champion in something. So what's the area that you need to focus on right now that needs some attention? Leave it in the comment section below. The third big idea is don't equate reading with personal growth. If you want to make the most out of a self-help book or other non-fiction book that is supposed to help you grow, then you must be sure that you don't fall into the trap of thinking that just because you're reading, you're growing. Because that's not really true. You need to act on the ideas if they are supposed to grow you. It's sure you can get some new perspectives and some new insights about reality and how life works through just reading. But the real transformation comes when you act on them. One person can read 100 books and still be a failure. Another person can read no books at all and be a huge success. The difference lies in ideas acted upon. Over the last 4 years, I have read over 300 books, specifically within self-help and non-fiction, reading biographies, books on psychology, philosophy, more of those realize your full potential, awaken the giant within, and 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and other classics like that. But of all those books I read, there is only just a dozen or so that have really transformed my life. And that's only because I chose to act on the ideas. I sat down and I chose which of the ideas in those books would I actually apply to my life. And I'm not saying that you should apply every single idea in every single book, because that would take so much time, and like the 80-20 rule, you need to focus on the few factors that will give you the best results. But a really small but important commitment you could make to get more out of self-help books that you read is to apply at least one thing. Apply the one best thing that you found in the book. It might be some advice, some quote, some a specific strategy, a set of steps to achieve some goal, or whatever. But make sure that you apply the one very best idea that you find in every single book that you read. And now I'm very curious, what's the next self-help book you're going to read? Leave it in the comment section below, and I hope you're gonna take some action on that book when you read it. Alright, today we looked at 3 of the best ideas from How to Help Yourself with Self-Help by Martin Meadows. First, we looked at how you should read and act toward a specific primary purpose, have some specific goal with the books that you read so you can get more out of the books. Second, we looked at how self-actualization comes as a byproduct of focusing on basic needs. And thirdly, we looked at how we should not equate reading with personal growth, since a person who doesn't read can get just as much out of life as a person who does read, if they act on enough valuable ideas, which might come from talking to people or listening to seminars or doing something else to gain knowledge. If you found this video helpful to get more out of self-help books, please give this video a like, share it with your friends who might also like the video, and subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on tons and tons of ideas that we're going to share over the years and decades ahead, hopefully. Make sure you go to check it out, and I will see you in the next video.